Yeah! Woo! Come on, come on. Yeah! Come on now, keep going. Yeah! Pokemon Squirters, and yes, that is the official name for them. I feel the entire reason I'm on YouTube is to birth this mediocre yet sadly glorious video into existence. In my collecting of vintage Pokemon merch, I have become a bit obsessed with the 1999 Burger King Kids Meal assortment of toys, as evidenced by this frame poster, to remind me of all 57 varieties of splendor that could be obtained from the 1999 BK Kids Meal, with the Squirters down there at the bottom, yes, labeled as Squirters. And as you can see from the poster, these Squirters did come in 9 wonderful varieties of water-type Pokemon. I'm sure that you, the viewers, have many questions that need to be answered, the first of which being, do they be squirting though? And yes, they do be squirting. Yeah, just look at this squirting Poliwag! Yeah! So let's actually open up a fresh BK Kids Meal toy bag that I kind of already know ahead of time has a Pokemon Squirter in it. Now, as you can see, they've clearly labeled at the bottom, this bag is not a toy. The toy's inside, kids. Open it up. Don't play with the bag. With the safety precautions out of the way, let's go ahead and tear this thing open. It actually opens pretty easily considering it's a 20-plus-year-old bag. And you look in there, you see all the fresh Pokemon goodness. We got this little kind of instruction booklet or guide that comes with one of the trading cards, which are a whole separate collecting nightmare. As you can see, there's a bunch of them. You never really know which one you're going to get, and they usually come out very bent, though they do have some cool artwork from Pokemon the first movie. That's what all of these promotional items were for. And then you get a checklist for each of the Pokemon that has a corresponding toy. 57 is a lot of Burger King Kids meals to go through. You open it up and it gives you a little demonstration on how the Squirters work. You stick them in the water, you squeeze them so that the air goes out, the water comes in. Air out, water in, kids. I guess that'll answer question 2 for you. How do they be squirting? That's how. There's a clear instructional process for how they be squirting. Now when you open it up, you get another plastic bag with this kind of like 2-part Pokeball keychain in it. In this particular one, we got a Seadra, probably my least favorite, and the worst squirter out of all of them. Spoiler alert for later in the video. But you see we get this 2-part Pokemon keychain, and you're not actually supposed to be reselling these. You can get in trouble technically reselling them on eBay because there was a huge safety hazard. You can notice at the top there's like an indent, but there's not a hole. So if a kid were to theoretically stick half of it over their mouth and try to inhale, they could suffocate on it. And so these actually did get recalled back in the day, and new ones were sent out that had the holes drilled in the bottom and the top so that if your dumb kid put it over their mouth, they'd be able to breathe through it. And now for some real product testing. Let's see here. Doesn't really fit over my mouth. No, unaffected. I guess that just goes to show that I cannot be suffocated. But honestly, this is actually a high quality product to be getting in addition to a kid's meal. Like, back in the day, I loved having these things. I had a keychain with at least like 8 or 9 of these big clunky balls just knocking around. So the Pokeballs are of a high quality. The majority of the toys you could get of the 57 were also really high quality. We just won't talk about the beanbags. Question 3 answered. Do they be squirting each other? And yeah, they can. It takes some coordination that I don't have, but yeah, they do be squirting each other sometimes. And in case you were needing further demonstration, I do have all 9 of the Squirters all powered up and filled with liquid, ready to just squirt at my leisure for your entertainment. Most of them are kind of squishy and rubbery, so you can squeeze them and then let go to let them fill up with water, but other ones are actually of a hard plastic and have a little button on them that you press down like you just saw with the Shelter. So Blastoise and Shelter both are of that hard plastic, so it makes them a little easier to fill with water so you can squirt, 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 squirt. Unfortunately, because they're hard plastic, you can't apply as much force to actually getting the water out, so the overall squirting performance does take a hit, as you can see here. My favorite squirter? Kabuto. He can hug right onto your finger. His design makes it super easy to fill up and refill. Just look at him go! Look at him squirt! Let's get it from the side! Woo! On the opposite end of the spectrum is Seadra. Like I said earlier, it is my least favorite of the squirters because it doesn't have as much squish. Like, it's really hard to actually apply pressure to this and get the water squirting. And I know what you're all thinking. The number one question that needs to be answered is, who be squirting best? And this is the most scientific way we could possibly prove that, is with pure distance. So to start us out, very impressive squirting distance from both Tentacruel and Blastoise. Psyduck is angled a bit weird, so it doesn't really do much. Poliwrath, though, stepping up, not only a long distance squirt, but of a high quality, mind you. Duration and distance are also key here, as we see Poliwag struggling with it first, but achieving a little bit in the late game. Now let's see how Shelter does with the push button. Not great. Very disappointed in that Shelter, and frankly, it should be embarrassed. Now let's see how Squirtle does. Again, yeah, a little trouble with the angle on the short distance. Overall, another huge disappointment. My boy Kabuto. There we go. Yes. As you can see, you can get the leverage. Maximum squish leads to maximum squirt. And then rounding off the 9 with Seadra, who, yeah, it's really hard to get a handle of. Now if we can pan up and actually look at how far some of these squirters squirted, you can see, yeah, that long trail is Poliwrath. Also a good opportunity for a Rorschach test. Let me know down in the comments what you see in these squirt stains. And let's hear a little bit more from our champ. See a demonstration. Yeah! And coming in with a second squirt. Just look at that form. I hope that today I've been able to answer many of the Pokemon Squirter questions you had. There's plenty more BK topics to be had. There's rev tops, light ups, launchers. We're not gonna talk about the beanbags. I really hope that the YouTube algorithm does not chew this video up and spit it out because of the word squirters, because there is a future topic I would like to do on a line of Hasbro toys called Pokemon Finger Forces. But really, I thank you so much for watching. This is maybe the most fun I've ever had putting a video together. If you actually do want to see more on the Burger King line of toys from '99, let me know, because I'm always trying to collect those bit by bit. It's always fun to just throw together a video for it. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye!